So what's up, everyone? This is kind of like a show and tell. I'm sorry about the lighting. The lighting's all messed up on here. So um, this is something that I've been working on for quite a while. It's my little bonsai experiment. Um, I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'll just spin it around and let you look at it, but I'll give you some close-ups here in a bit. As to what it looks like in more detail. So it's not very fancy. You've probably seen better bonsai, but but some of those bonsais have been around for like 200 years or more, and that's why they're well kept and they look nice. And I wanted to kind of show this one off before. If it lasts, it lasts. If it doesn't and it dies, then I lose it all. So there's nothing for posterity to leave. But yeah, this is a baobab tree. It's a Adadonia, Adadonia digitatus. But the common name is baobab tree. It's a tree that's grown in Africa, primarily in I believe it's in the southeastern regions. It's also called the monkey fruit tree, where it grows these big pods of fruit, and as it dries it drops them down, and you can break open the pods and eat the fruit, dried fruit inside. This tree I've been growing for 2 years, and it was being parasitically taken over by my other tree, so it was dying basically, and I chopped it off here, and it started to grow another shoot off to the side. Because this spring I chopped down everything except for my banana tree and my uh, coconut tree. So I might show that to you guys later. But um, this I'm not so sure will last that long. But it's called a pillow moss, king pillow moss. Uh, I've been having problems trying to keep them alive, and so before they die, But I put on this moss just today, and this is a sheet moss that came from Ohio from someone's backyard, and I was just because I thought this person grew moss, and but they grow it in their yard and they sent it to me. So I had to go through this big washing and decontamination, just washing it like several times. So I don't know if it's going to last. I don't even think it's not an indoor moss. So, and I don't know how to grow moss. I've tried several times and a lot of it's been a failure. So moss is pretty difficult to grow, I think, in my opinion. But it's a basic sheet moss, and like I said, this is just a 2-year-old baobab tree. The other one, when I let it grow, because I chopped it down so many times, I chopped it down this year and then used root hormone and then replanted them. So I'll see if I'll get more of them. But this is one of them that I chopped down. So it's a nice plant. I've been growing it for 2 years, and it's I think a semi-tropical. It's not grown in the United States, unless it's for bonsai purposes. So, yeah, I do bonsai. They taught me that in fucking like psych ward too, So I did go to school for this stuff. Plus, you know, in my past life, I was from Japan, so it just came naturally to me. So, anyways, I'm going to give you guys a close up of everything. This right here, I forgot to mention, it's clasped onto a stone. So this stone is uh, may it's a what is it called? Lace stone. It's aquarium stone, sometimes used for stacking in aquariums. So, yeah. Anyways, I'll give you a close up as to what you can see so you can see better. But that was a brief introduction. So, let's see. All right, here we go. So this is the baobab tree. Um, this is what it looks. It's got really waxy leaves, and so it doesn't look. Um, it's supposed to. If you look it up, it's called the upside down tree, also because it looks like it has roots growing. Um, from its branches. So it's kind of a unique tree that's often sometimes used in bonsai because it's kind of hard. It's an indoor tree, so you can't put it out in your yard, you know, in this temperate region. So yeah, this you have to keep indoors and grow it indoors all year round, except for late spring and summertime. You can take it outside, but I usually grow them indoors because where I live, it's not really conducive to have your plants outdoors all the time with all the people out there. So, you know, but that's the baobab tree. If we go down here, this is the moss I got from Ohio. It's a sheet moss. So, I don't know if you can grow it indoors. You know, people say you can grow sheet moss indoors, like in a terrarium, but you know, I don't know. I've seen it, but I don't know how long it's gonna last. So, you know, I just put that moss on today to see if it lasts. If it doesn't, then I'll just, you know, pile some other type of moss onto it. So it's not a bad moss though. Let me see if I can get it close up. Yeah. So, see those shoots. It's a live moss that I got. But this is like the rock. Let's see. This is the rock right here. Let's see if I can get a close-up of that. That's not gonna get any better, but here we go. You can see the rock here. That's used as the bonsai pot. So you can see the rock here, right here, as it goes down, and there's not much you can see in terms of the rock, but you know that it's growing on a rock. And it seems to be happy on there. So far, so good. But later on, you know, I'm not so sure, you know, especially with this moss. So basically, I took this rock and I planted a tree on a rock that I had been growing for 2 years that is originally from Africa. And this is the pillow moss. We'll see how long that lasts, and then and see if it's as good as it's. So yeah, this is my little bonsai experiment. Like I said, I've been doing it. I've been growing these trees for like several years now. So you know, I would say right now I'm pretty much a good expert when it comes to growing tropical trees indoors, but when it comes to outdoors, you know, that's a whole different, you know, scenario because, certain trees only grow in certain regions, and because of that, you have to have an area of your house that has pretty good lighting. So this is my actual first bonsai. It's called Penjing to Penjing. So if you ever see that, it's like a bonsai landscape. So I'll give you a quick turn of it, make sure it doesn't fall. That's the back. And here I just have regular fish rock gravel. And then I found these trays, because humidity trays for these things cost an arm and a leg. They're like mad expensive. Like, I don't know, one plastic one goes for like $20 or $30. So I found these trays, and they're like fast food trays from China, and they cost me like way less than that, and they're made out of the same material as the fast food tray, or the humidity trays that people use in bonsai. So, and I think it looks better, so it's quite decorative. So yeah, so I've kind of grown up with bonsai, and I've studied it to a degree now at this point. So yeah, so that's my first bonsai experience. All right, well, I hope you found that informative, and that you yourself can do this. It just takes patience, and just put a fucking seed in some potting soil and put it in your window that faces, mine faces east and west, so I only have 4 windows, and so one faces the east, but that's like 6 feet underground, and then one faces the west, which is where I get all my light from. So I have terrible lighting except for that small space. So yeah, that's where I grew. But you have to get indoor. You have to get indoor seeds. You can't get like, go to your nursery, local nursery, and pick out like a frickin' shimpaku juniper and then try to grow it indoors. Not gonna happen. You gotta get something that's from a tropical region if you want to grow it indoors. Think of things that would grow like a coconut, because I have a coconut, or a banana tree. That stuff can grow indoors. Baobab, it's from like, semi-tropical Africa. So anyways, hope you guys find that informative and you liked it, and have a good day. Bye. Oh yeah, Manji. For past life. Yeah. Bye.